Hi guys, welcome to Yard Talk. Bryn, Maddie,
Darcy.
Darcy.
Yeah.
Darcy is the owner of Luxe nightclub. We have him as a guest today. We're just gonna kind of shoot the shit, talk a little bit about what you
Absolutely.
do, and I'd like to give you the floor, and we're just gonna kind of converse back and forth.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for, coming here and choosing me.
Yeah.
I do own Lux Nightclub with my wife. We're new owners, so we've been met with quite a few challenges. I'm sure we're going to highlight some of those challenges today. Just alcohol use, drug use in a nightclub, being safe about things and just going over some of the topics that, happen within a nightclub and how to handle them responsibly and respectfully,
Hmm.
and even just proper bar etiquette is very
Absolutely.
important. So, where do you guys want to start? I've got a million things to say. So,
All right. Well, I know, like right on the front door when you come into Luxe nightclub, it says like no drinking and driving. You have a no
absolutely.
drinking and driving policy. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay, so first of all, drinking alcohol, there's more deaths due to alcohol than there is any drugs combined. So it's very scary, but it's something to be mindful of. If you're going out, make sure you have a DD. My establishment does offer designated drivers, which is DD, is a designated driver, not drunk driver. Um, but
Noted.
we offer our clients or our patrons free drinks that are non-alcoholic.
Yeah.
So there's that option. But if you guys are all coming out to get shittered and have a good time, make sure you got a DD. Make sure you got your ducks in a row. Um, People as they get drunk tend to loosen up on their morals, and
Hmm.
we don't really tolerate with that. My wife actually said it, and it shocked me. I've had people close to me pass away due to drinking and driving,
Hmm.
and I'm sure we all have. So my wife put it to me like this: hypothetically, you're drinking, Brand. I don't give a fuck if you drink and drive and kill yourself. It's the people around you, like children and families and innocent people that didn't go out and party, that didn't choose to be under the influence,
Yep.
that you're affecting their life and
Absolutely.
and possibly taking their life.
Mhm.
It's a big subject, and it's really shitty on a lot of families. And when people choose to drink and drive, it's a very selfish move. Um, there's cabs, there's Ubers, there's friends. A lot of parents these days are really open to, yeah, I don't want to wake up at 4 o'clock and pick your drunk ass up, but they will.
Yeah.
So just keeping mindful and being safe, and yeah, exactly. Right at the front door, you're going to see that.
Yeah.
You're also going to see an in-house policy about drugs as well.
Yeah.
Um, Drugs are decriminalized in BC, which is a lot harder on the industry, especially for like my bouncers and the staff. Um, just recognizing different symptoms that people have to
Hmm.
see, what kind of drugs they're on. Well, in a nightclub, you're going to find people on ketamine, on cocaine, on Molly, ecstasy, pretty much your party drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to see any like fentanyl or anything, but you run the risk if you're doing drugs with laced drugs. So please go get your drugs checked.
Yeah.
There's places all over the Lower Mainland that offer to do that for free,
Yep.
and that just means that everybody gets to, if they are going to indulge in and party or do their poison, that they're safe about it and respectful. I'm not sure about other establishments, but our in-house policy at Lux Nightclub is absolutely no drugs. The only drug that we do offer, obviously, is alcohol,
Hmm.
and we're very mindful and in serving and not over serving. My staff is being trained properly constantly and refreshed constantly on the proper way to handle these kind of situations. Um, Obviously, people on drugs get very violent, so it's a lot harder on my staff too when they feel they're being unjustified and they want to say no, I'm not high or I'm not too drunk, and but it's our discretion, and I'm gonna try and keep it as safe as possible for everybody.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Hence my drink lids. So I have lids for my cups. This is a Starbucks cup, and it's not a plug, but holla Starbucks if you want. But we do have lids for our cups, and it deteriorate like it kind of wards off the shitty people that want to drug your drink.
Yeah.
Yes, it costs me extra money. I am one of the, if so far I'm the only person in the Lower Mainland that has lids for my cups that I know about. And I'm proud of that. So, you know, before I bought the nightclub with my wife, there was a lot of druggings, and it was in the cups, and there were either open cups
Yeah.
or open beers. Beers we don't have lids for, but we do offer a cup for you to put it in. And it really is cut down like almost to nothing. Like we haven't had a complaint in over a year. Which good for us, you
Yeah.
know, the extra
Congratulations.
couple
That's awesome.
bucks makes it so it's safe. So I do have a program coming in from Vancouver that I haven't told anybody about yet. And what it's doing is it teaches
Early release.
exactly, little sneak peek. So what these guys do is they come through, they teach the staff and everybody about you know, safety and how to do their job as safe as possible, things to watch out for, and just knowing your surroundings and adapting to it. And what it does is they then label us one of the safest places to party. So yes, I do want that label.
Yeah.
And we are going to be going through that. And you know, the drink cup lids. I was going to start a program and offer it to every nightclub because I feel that's just one less thing people need to worry about when they're out and about.
Yeah.
So yeah, the no drinking and driving, I don't tolerate with that. I find it very selfish.
Yeah.
And you know, just be mindful. We're all adults, and if you want to party like adult, also make rational decisions like an adult as well. Like be proper.
For sure.
So yeah, there's that, and yeah. What? Anything else?
What do we got here? We've got a list of things to ask you. We're just gonna nail you.
Yeah, that's fine. Call me Jesus.
So, I mean, bar culture and bar etiquette, we're kind of touching on a little bit. So,
Well,
your lids go into like bar etiquette.
So bar etiquette, it's pretty basic. So, you know, the one thing that messed up bar etiquette, I've been in the industry for over 20 years.
Wow.
So I was out in Alberta, 18's the legal age out there. And, you know, I've got some experience in the field. So what happened was the pandemic. Okay. So this pandemic happens, totally wipes out any kind of bar etiquette possible because there's 3 years of these kids of 2 to 3 waves per year that are turning 19 that haven't been grilled by their parents about, you know, going to a bar and what to expect, right? So I have a lot of newcomers that are very scared. You know, you're coming into a nightclub, oh my God, this is a big place. There's a lot of people. There's drugs, there's alcohol, you know, and even though we don't condone drugs, there's still going to be like, people are very crafty on how they sneak their shit in. And our security's top notch here. So, you know, I do give them the benefit of the doubt if we do catch them, kind of ask them to do their thing. But bar etiquette, circling back to that, the pandemic ruined it. So these kids weren't taught properly by their parents. That's another thing I wanted to open as well, was a monthly discussion in here on bar etiquette and teaching these kids the proper things to do. Like when you come, you don't come alone. You come with a friend or friends. The more friends, the better. Now, when you set your drink down and you leave, you do not pick this drink up. I do for the first drink. If you know, if somebody puts it down and say, "Hey, Darcy, I put my drink down. It was in a different spot. I don't even know if it was in a different spot." You know what? We throw the drink out right away, and I will get you a new drink. If you do that 3-4 times, I know you're abusing the system. I will ask you to leave. I would rather ask you to leave, right? Because that's there as a safety feature for people.
For sure.
So the lids, which we offer, is something nobody else offers that I'm aware of. So please, if you guys hear this, fucking get lids for your cups. It cuts down on so much bullshit. And you know, coming with friends, not leaving your drinks alone, not going alone anywhere, talking to new people. Yes, you guys are beautiful girls. You meet a guy and all of a sudden you're around the corner kissing him and then nobody sees you for the rest of your life. Like, you got to really be mindful of where your friends are at, who you're coming with. The best thing to do when you come to a bar is, one, tip your bouncers, tip your bartenders, and get to know them. So it's in most places you won't have to if it's dead. You know, you go in early, you meet everybody. Hey, this is who I am. I'm new here. become friends with the establishment you want to be comfortable drinking at.
Yep.
Therefore, they are looking out for you as well.
Mhm.
And we recognize more things when you're more verbal towards the staff.
Yeah.
And that simple $5 tip, hey, my name's Darcy. Hey, Darcy, nice to meet you. Where are you from, man? You new here? Yeah, I'm new here. Oh, great. This is an awesome place. Hey, do you want to introduce to some, like, can I introduce you to some of my local friends?
Mhm.
You know, so it gets you warmed up and in the establishment, and essentially it gets you one, more friends, two, locally inside the bar you're making friends. You want to
Yeah.
become friends with the bartenders, the bouncers, the owner. I'm very predominant, like I'm the face of my business, me and my wife, so I try to always be here. And the main reason for that is so people can meet new people,
Mhm.
come here fresh and meet new people. And yeah, the bar etiquette thing is very important. Like,
Mhm.
you know, I'm not saying don't talk to strangers, don't live your life. I'm just saying you put your drink down,
Walk
maybe
around.
finish
Yep.
your drink before you go outside,
Mhm.
or throw like or consider it done.
Yep.
If you're hard up for cash and that was your last $10, fucking drink the drink before you go for your cigarette.
No shit.
It's super simple. It's super
Yeah.
simple. Why are you going to risk yourself and your friends? You know?
Yeah.
So, just be mindful of that. Having, good friends around you, whether
Mhm.
you have a DD or not,
Yeah.
you guys should always have a plan to get home.
Party with
Oh,
smart people.
and well, not all people are smart at party,
No.
but what I'm saying is always have a plan B to get home,
Yeah.
and always have a responsible way of getting home.
Yeah.
Essentially, in the bar, as long as you're meeting the staff, introduce yourself, be kind, be nice, go and meet random people as friends, but do that as a group. Or
Mhm.
or if you're at the bar and this a gentleman wants to buy you a shot, proper bar etiquette, what do? Do you take the shot from his hand? Absolutely not.
Never.
Absolutely not. People are so tricky. They could have something, even an eyedropper, and easily drug your drink.
Yeah.
So my thing is always get your shot from the bartender. If the bartender does not hand you the shot, do not take it. If somebody buys you a drink, accept it from the bartender.
Yeah.
So we had an instance about 4 months ago. I'm not going to say any names, but this girl she was getting drunk. She met this new guy. He's super hot. He bought her a drink, and he takes a sip of her drink before he hands it to her and has his drink. And then she goes to grab this drink, and he goes, "No, take this drink. That's your drink." Well, it just so happened that whenever he drank out of that drink, he wasn't drinking, he was spitting into it.
Yeah.
And that girl actually came back. We ran through our cameras, figured out who it was, we exposed them online, and their family got justice over that. So it was super awesome to be a part of that process, because I don't want people to be taken advantage of. So when drugs, alcohol, and all these things are in a mix, proper bar etiquette's important. One, not to get taken advantage of. Two, to make it home safe.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
So,
One thing I learned in high school is you cap it or you cup it. So if you have a drink, you put the cap back on.
yeah.
Or if not, you cup it. You put your hand over your drink, whether it's a beer or a cup, whatever,
And there's other outlets. The girls have the scrunchies now that they can put over with the holes.
Yep.
I recommend. I will not turn that down. If any of my bartenders turn that down, I'd be upset. So another cool thing we have for proper bar etiquette is something called an angel shot. So we are going to be training everybody more thoroughly on that. So there's 3 ways to order an angel shot. Look it up online. One of them is ordering it neat, which is like, I believe it's, hey, there's a guy being a creep. Can you like watch me? And then the second one's call me a cab. The third one is call the police.
I actually saw that on TikTok yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
And I was like mind blown. And the bartender was like, "Okay, do you want to just meet me in the bathroom?"
Yeah. So, and you just girl
just
out,
like
right?
a casual conversation. And then they just went and met in the bathroom. And she's like, "Hey, so this is the plan." And they made a plan. And then they did the plan. And
Yeah.
she left.
So normally we have photocopied and laminated sheets in the bathroom explaining in the women's bathroom about what an angel shot is, and the 3 stages of the angel shot. And it's sad that people have to come to a code, but when a girl or even a male, it doesn't matter what you are, what you identify as, they, helicopter, fire truck, it doesn't matter. Like if you're feeling unsafe, it's a way for you get protection or to make sure that, people are on your side just to be properly educated in a bar. Like, and yes, you will see it come to light a lot more, these days, but we've been practicing that for years. And it's, something that has very rarely been used, but when used is effective, right? Because people get aggressive when they don't get what they want, right? So then you're putting stress on your bouncers, you're putting stress on your staff, you're putting stress on the people coming out to your bar. They see this happening, and it's just there's a lot of negative that happens with that. So yeah, being like, hey girl, da 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 da, let's go do stuff in the bathroom, whatever. Like, let's go talk, or hey, like, you want to go pee or whatever. It's a short way for a girl to get out of a bad situation. And it's more so it does happen to women, but I'm sure it would happen to multiple different people. It could happen to a gay guy, straight guy. I know a lot of straight men that come into this nightclub that are very feminine based, where they, even though they're straight, they're not a big buff guy. They're your average dude that just is out and they're vulnerable. And there's predators everywhere. So recognizing that, and also recognizing your surroundings. You see a guy standing by the pole all night, contact your bouncer or the owner or somebody and just say, hey, this guy hasn't bought a drink. He's sitting there staring at people, drinking his water. What's going on with this guy? Just highlight those people. Because then my staff is very mindful for watching those people. Also, the cameras we have in here has upped a lot of our investigations when bad things happen. When girls say, hey, I got drugged here. That's the worst thing I could hear as a father and a husband. Is, hey, I got drugged here. Because I feel like I've been put on the earth to protect women. And babies, it doesn't matter. Like, but more so, women and children are a weakness for me, and I want to protect them. Being in this industry is so hard, especially with the legalization not legalization, the decriminalization of drugs. I do like it for the sole fact is people aren't afraid to go ask for help. Brazil did it, and it cut their crime rate down a lot. But like, I feel like we're just the test for Canada, and it was very vague and open, and people just need to respect, if you're gonna be shitty and do drugs, or if you're gonna try to drug other people, that more and more as we advance in this industry, we are coming up with ways to catch your ass, expose your ass, and make sure people like you never come around. So I mean, it's a big fight, but me and my wife have been battling it, and you girls have seen the start of a lot of things. So,
100%.
so it's a blessing to just get to chat with you guys about that and all this stuff. It's important.
For sure.
So you've covered the clientele safety aspect. What do you do for your staff?
Ooh, nice. So recently we just got a grant to upgrade our bouncers, which is amazing. Regardless, what we used to do is that when you're with us for 3 months, we send you for a course. You pay for it, and then within the 3 months, we pay you back that money. Cool little thing to upgrade yourself. But we do have some meetings. We're very. I don't like calling them staff as much as I like calling them family. And it's because we all look out for each other. So obviously there's going to be shitty employees. And, I recently had to let somebody go due to, a lot of issues. Another client that came in said, hey, your staff member. And then I got multiple of these things. And I was like, okay, and there's, whether it's true or not, person's moral fiber, and my staff is pretty safe. So, being known locally, myself personally, me and my wife, we've done a lot of business in Chilliwack, and, just, knowing everybody and being there for everybody as much as possible. So, trying to be fair is a big thing, but I never overthrow my bouncers. So there used to be a time when, they'd say, oh, let me in, da 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 da, and my bouncers would say, absolutely not, you're too intoxicated. And then they would come to me, and it would be my cousin. Well, I'm still good, Darce. I'm like, yeah, go in there. And then she gets drunk, and then I got to deal with her like super drunk, and then I have to deal with her parents, who are my aunt and uncle, the next day, right?
Yeah.
And then I started thinking, I'm like, you know what would be easier? Just agreeing and trusting the people that I've paid or they've paid themselves to get the proper training, and also upping our security. So adding people like Bryn was an amazing feature for us, because now we have a female bouncer that is mindful and tough enough to deal with dudes. Might add, don't fuck with that bitch. And she's not a bitch; she's the bitch. But no, she's very proper too.
Yeah.
So you're very friendly. You're very, you know, there's a difference between standing there like this and death staring somebody and just being comfortable. Your body language says a lot,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I try to train my bouncers to, you know, to just zone in, be happy, no hands in your pockets. You got to be ready to kung fu panda, but in the aspect of just crossing your arms and just, you know, drop your shoulders, be open, and it creates a lot less hostile environment for everybody. My bartenders, they're pretty mean.
Thanks.
The meaning.
Thank you.
No. What it is we've hired extra security to float around and to be mindful on the bar. My wife actually works the bar too. You guys know that. So you could imagine how I feel as a husband saying, "Hey, is my wife safe?" Because in a nightclub, we don't dress normally. Like, this is as normal as we've seen each other, right? Like it's all about being sexy, you know, big boobs, big butts, and sex sells, sex appeal sells. But and with drugs and alcohol mixed, it could be very dangerous. People can try and take advantage of that, right? My wife is very beautiful, and when she goes on that bar, she's dressed to impress.
For sure.
You know, it helps with tips. It helps
it
with everything. So, but it also can maybe introduce you to your future ex-husband.
I was just gonna say, for myself being on the bar, I've had every bouncer come up to me many times in a night and say, "Are you okay?"
Absolutely.
And multiple times a night. So it shows my safety here.
Yeah.
And it also shows what the bouncers are there for.
Yeah,
We're also making sure that all the female staff are getting to their vehicles at the end of the night.
Yeah,
That's what I
do not let any female staff, for that matter, leave this building at night. You guys are out there hustling, and even Bryn, like I would trust Bryn than like Bryn is a solid person to walk you to the vehicle. Like if somebody's gonna mess with her, I feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
But my thing is what we the true sweet little lady.
Yeah.
And we're trying to protect you.
Bryn, you're not a sweet little
No,
lady.
I'm not.
No, she's just a sweet lady.
Just a
Okay.
sweet lady.
But yeah, it's and being proper with that, like, and that's something I picked up over the years. Like, I've been in nightclubs all over Alberta, all over Ontario, all over BC, all over Manitoba. So if anybody's got a system down, especially for being bouncers and just protecting your staff, the last thing I want is somebody tipping you all night, then getting drunk and getting upset that they tipped you too much, only to rob you outside.
Absolutely.
Right? That is a thing. I've seen it
Yeah,
happen.
for sure.
I've almost been shot, stabbed, and killed multiple times in this industry. And to lay that on one of my bartenders, and even male bartenders, like, I say, hey, take a fucking staff member with you. Why? Because two is better than one. And yes, they know you got cash, right? So my thing is protecting everybody. Like, we're a family. You know, regardless of how that dynamic works in any other place, everybody tends to be family eventually, but business is business, and making sure certain things are put in place to keep you safe. And yes, asking if you're okay during the night, upping our security. We're waiting on our new radios to come in, so that's going to up everybody a little bit more too. We're kind of blessed that we don't really get shootings or stabbings. That used to be a thing of the past. I would get stab proof vests for my people, but we run such a chill shift that most people respect us. And if not, if there's one person out of 10 people being shitty, I bet you 9 people in this area would sit there and say, "Hey sir, you fucked up, please leave." So before I even got to get involved, these guys already feel like a piece of shit because they've already pissed all the locals off. So we're very local based, and we love all of our people that come in. And you know, we definitely are very mindful of keeping our staff safe.
I definitely feel like when you said like staff versus family, there are, previous employees that come in on a regular basis that I really get that family vibe from. And when there's issues arising or something's happening, it's usually those people that are actually coming to me first. And they're the ones who see it and they point it out because they're kind of still like, they're always on the clock, but they're that family oriented. They want to keep everybody safe.
They want to see us do good too, right?
Absolutely.
So, my dream for this was, I used to throw the shows here. I used to throw the shows for years before the pandemic. And the pandemic hit, and I had the option of buying this place. It's not that boring, bitch. Perk up. Okay? Anyways, we bought it. I got a really good deal on it. Everybody thought I was crazy because of the reputation, not because of the price. And they were right. They were really right. So transforming Main Street into Luxe nightclub was very, and is still very challenging. We have hurdles and obstacles. We are constantly overpowering. People still think it's a drugged out, fueled biker bar or something. It's nothing like that. No. It is. We are very family oriented. Like I said, me and my wife own the bar. We run it. We make sure you guys are all good. We want to make sure all the things are proper. We try to upgrade our staff with us as well. And there's a lot of really exciting things to come that not a lot of people know about. Sneak peek. So we are upgrading our VIP.
Another one.
We're upgrading the VIP. We got some really sick booths with light up tables that we're throwing in. The bathrooms as well.
Right on.
So what people don't understand is me and my wife have everything in this. So it's really hard for people or for us to make sure everybody's paid and then upgrade. So all the upgrades you see, like this floor used to be carpet.
Yeah.
Now it's got gold flake.
I heard that the other day actually.
And it used
I was
to
like,
stick
wow.
like fly paper, okay?
Ew.
So kind of like what's up there in the VIP is exactly what this whole thing was. So I had to rip out the floor. We had to lay down epoxy with the gold and the light up dance floor, new lights, new sound, new bar, so things are coming together. Now we have a couple cool things, like want to put some feature walls in where you have like the glow wings so girls can take pictures or guys can take pictures with the glow wings with Luxe, right? Video walls, which is why you see some white walls. So like this one back here and then that one back there will have videos playing on them, the whole wall.
Yeah.
And then a lot more new lighting. We want to up the bathrooms. One thing I do want to highlight, just as a bar owner, is please be respectful in the fucking bathrooms. And it's not even the guy's bathroom, it's the girl's bathroom.
It's the female's
and
bathroom.
girls are like sticking tampons to the walls and like ripping the dispensers off the walls. Like it's really disrespectful and destructible. And when it's like everybody thinks, oh, Darcy, you own a nightclub, so you got bajillions of dollars. Well, a lot of that's invested in this as I'm with my wife battling every day to try and upgrade things and do better. So if I gotta buy 100 fucking toilet paper dispensers because people can't keep them on the fucking wall, then how am I gonna upgrade anything else and better my business, right? So there's that. Just be mindful. Treat the bathroom in an establishment like you would at home. And if not, maybe you shouldn't be out in public.
No.
Like go to a fucking barn.
Well, it goes back to the bar etiquette. Like there's customer bar etiquette too. Yeah. Everybody gets silly and gets drunk and whatever. Accidents happen. Things get knocked off the wall. Go tell somebody.
Yeah.
I've actually walked into the washroom a few times and I've had to step away from security duties to clean, because it's just in disarray.
Everywhere.
Yeah. And that's another thing too, is finding proper bar backs and proper people that are going to keep up with things, and that's something we're having trouble with, but it's another battle, right? Like you hire somebody, you want to help their family, the last thing you want to do is let them down. You want to give them every chance you can and then say, hey man, maybe it's not working out, but you two have been fucking awesome. So I totally commend you guys.
Thank you.
Just the way that you run the shift with the boys is awesome. The way you run bar is absolutely flawless. And yeah, just the light you guys bring is dope. So it's important for me as a leader to let you guys know that you are doing a good job, that you are safe, and that we are growing, right? My thing is my grandfather told me, he said, don't ever be a king. You don't want to be a king. You know why? In every history of a king, what happens? They get stabbed in the back by a dagger, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they die.
Absolutely.
So you don't work for me. You work with me.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm always here.
And
Yeah.
that's what lots of companies struggle with. Is
Yes.
They think they are up here and everyone else is below them.
Yeah.
When it needs to be equal.
Yeah. So
We're
I'm no better
working
than you.
together.
Yeah.
I'm no better than you. I was
Yeah.
a gutter kid, got out of the hood, worked my ass off, fell in love, started a family, and was very ambitious. And people laughed when I said, when I was throwing concerts, they laughed. They said, "You'll never own a nightclub." And the opportunity came up, and guess what, motherfuckers?
Here we are.
Manifested it.
Absolutely positive
Yeah.
manifestation. So I do have, and you would think my manifestation would stop there, but I'm very driven towards accomplishing things people think are impossible.
Mm-hmm.
So the next thing I want to do in the next 5 to 7 years is run for mayor. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I
Good
want
for
to run for
you.
mayor. And
No.
I have a lot of
Learning something
backing
new
on
about
it.
you
I have a
every
lot of
day.
backing on it. And a lot of people love me. And it's
true.
not just about
Yeah.
people loving me though. It's what I want to do for the community. And
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I do a lot already. So my daughter at the age of 3 has always wanted to feed homeless people because she's always felt bad.
Yeah.
And no offense, Trudeau, you fucked everything up with the fucking grocery market. So things are
Big
super
facts.
expensive. And my
Yeah.
wife will make, turkey soup or a big roast or a big turkey. And we do throw out a lot of food.
Yeah.
So I went to one of my distributors and I bought to-go containers, soup
Mhm.
ones and food ones. So once to 3 times, once to 3 times a week, we have a big dinner, and that's because I have a lot of friends that come over or family members that come randomly to eat at my house, and we don't know who's coming in, so we make a lot. Well, now we take our turns and portion out everything equally, and me and my daughter, my brother, and my wife drive around Chilliwack and hand out hot meals to people. Sometimes there's
Right
only
on.
2 meals, but 2 fucking meals
That's-
is 2 people fed.
Absolutely.
Other times it's 10 to 20.
Yeah.
And it's because we're like, yeah, we're making turkey soup. We're making a big fucking pot of
We're
turkey
making
soup.
turkey
Yeah.
soup.
Right? We're making sure everybody eats turkey soup. So,
Yeah.
and I've been on the streets and I've been through a lot. So for me to be able to provide that for somebody and teach my daughter and her naturally wanting to do that. Like
That's
she's
really
6
cool.
years old now. Super proud of her.
Yeah.
And just her having that vision and completing that, and I don't know. It makes me happy as a dad. Also, pay the fucking door fee. That's what helps with the upgrades. That's what helps. That's what helps.
Yeah.
Everything go better. Our door 3 weeks ago went to a local school. Our door went to a local school
Oh,
to
yeah.
provide a popcorn machine so they could raise money so they could get new sports equipment.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
That's awesome.
That's fucking awesome, man.
Well,
And
giving back to the community, like it's awesome.
well, and we will be doing a blanket drive and a coat drive. We do that every year, and I like to try and help the homeless with the food bank as well. So instead of cover, if you bring in some fucking food, we're gonna let you in, guys. By the way, we're free before 11. Nice little plug there.
Free before 11.
But we do that. So every year, something you girls don't know because you haven't been here for a full year yet is we sponsor families. So I sponsor
right on.
about 4 families a year,
Okay.
and I make sure their kids have toys and they have a beautiful meal.
Amazing.
Last year we had Aaron Pritchett here as a fundraiser, raised about $20,000.
Wonderful.
Kick some ass. Yeah, it was good shit.
That's awesome. Good for you, Darcy.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Well, it's not just me. There's a lot of people behind me that are very inspirational to me and to what's going on. Like, I know Rochelle seems like a grouchy lady most days, but her heart's in the right place
I love
for the most part.
Yeah.
And she's big on lighting a fire under my ass. I've got my brother. I've got a couple people in my life that really push with me and love to see the growth that we have together and create something. I feel if somebody can come and use drugs recreationally and drink, which is a drug essentially, they could put $5 in a fucking bucket and we can donate that to a good cause, and these kids that are growing up in school, it crushed me. I'll be honest with you. It was my daughter's school. I got a newsletter from them and they were like, hey, we're stopping popcorn day because our popcorn machine just crapped out and, well, it's too expensive. We're sorry, guys. and it broke my heart. My kid loves buying popcorn on Wednesday. It's like a status thing. I got 2 bags of popcorn,
Right.
but where that money goes was what intrigued me, and it was sports equipment, field trips. So yeah, it sort of affects my daughter, but every other child in that school
Is also effective.
is also affected. And something as simple as a business write-off, essentially, I donated. I was like, fuck, get the biggest, baddest popcorn machine you can get. And they said, hey, Lila, my daughter, you can have free popcorn for a year.
What?
Me and my wife said no.
Aw.
We said no.
No.
Yeah.
I said, here's $100. It's like $2,
Yeah.
$1 a bag or something.
Yeah.
So $2 a week. I said, here's $100. Let me know when that runs out. Buy extra popcorn.
Yeah.
You guys are here trying to raise money to better the school,
Yeah.
which I'm part of the pack. You know, they've accepted me arms open,
Mm-hmm.
and they've really, really warmed my family's heart. They've mentioned us in the newsletter on Facebook. Like, they really
Cool.
highlighted, and it came from Lux.
Yeah.
It came from Lux.
Yeah.
So you guys are a part of that too.
Yeah.
So feel good about that. Feel good about, enforcing these drunk assholes that feel like they're entitled to come in here for free. Like, this place is ran off of farts, rainbows, and butterflies,
Yeah.
right? Duh. But I mean, long story short, it's when the community pulls together, there should be no excuse for anybody losing out, or especially children.
Yeah.
Children should not have to go without. So that's my big thing.
And that's kind of where we are trying to like break the stigma down of not only like drugs and alcohol, but like everything, like
Mhm.
within the community. Not everybody sees what we see, and that's what we want people to see.
Yeah, you say nightclub, instantly people think it's a big shit stain with drugs and shitty people are.
Yeah.
Instantly, no matter what. Now you're starting to hear. I want the perspective to be changed. So now you're starting to hear, oh, these people are feeding homeless people. These people are offering homeless people jobs.
Exactly.
These people are providing for children.
Yeah.
Who are these people?
Yeah.
You know, well, it is what it is. It's me and my wife wanting to give back and build the community so that we do have responsible people coming here. We do have, people that know their proper etiquette. And if not, giving them an option to obtain that is also important.
For sure.
Saying, oh, if you don't know bar etiquette, you're fucked. Like, no, I would rather do what I'm
educate
doing
them
here. Exactly.
Yeah.
Do what I'm doing here and have this place filled up with kids and say, hey, this is what's up. So cool thing is, one of my old partners, I bought him out. He's the one that kind of took me under his wing. Casey's an amazing, amazing gentleman. And he is now going to be writing the curriculum for, I think, UBC for bars, pubs, and nightclubs.
Yeah.
He's been in it as almost as long as me. I am going to be a speaker.
Cool.
I'm honored that he asked me to be a speaker as well at the university in teaching all these things.
Yeah.
And then I also have gone one step above by offering the top 2 graduates a job. So we will have really cool, people coming out and people that are, studying hard in school and earning something. So they are going to have nights where they do crawls to like pubs, or this is a pub, this is a nightclub. Well, we are the only nightclub in Chilliwack.
Yeah.
So it's very important for me to acknowledge to everybody what we do here, how we do it, and what the industry is about.
Sure.
It can be a very beautiful thing. Yes, it's sexy. Yes, you're probably going to see a lot of weird shit sometimes, but it's also very fun. It's moments that bring you out of a house and maybe rekindle a relationship, or maybe, meet a new friend that could potentially save your life one day. Or there's so many instances that can come good instead of negative. Is the cup half full, or is it half empty?
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah,
just allowing a safe place for people to do that means a lot for me and my wife. So
Right on. Awesome.
Well, thank you for joining us.
absolutely.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah. And we're also really happy to be a part of the Lux family.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me and my wife.
We feel it. I'm happy to come to work every single weekend, and then to be able to do this and sit here with you on a different level. It's been really cool.
Well, I'm that funny guy in the back. Everybody thinks that, is just running off of rainbows and butterflies.
Yeah.
For the most part, I try to stay lighthearted and easy-minded, but it's my goals accomplish with my wife or my team means a lot. And I thank you guys for working as hard as you do because,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of these instances too are bettered when I have staff that knows what they're doing or knows how to highlight things. And I think it's really cool. You guys have a podcast and people need to be more aware of your podcast. And
Yeah.
we're going to try and blast that out and make sure everybody should, you know, should
We
have,
just want to educate some people.
and you know what? It's that, and it's like if you're not educated enough, use them as a reference. Like
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
very smart, beautiful young women that have a great idea, and I
Mhm.
think this town absolutely needs a fucking podcast where people could come on and just talk about either their experiences, their instances, problems, and solutions to the
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah.
Good for
Yeah.
you guys.
And
Good for you
we
guys.
said in one of our first episodes we ever did too, if we don't have the answers, we'll find the answers for you.
Absolutely.
We'll educate ourselves along the way, and we have learned so much in the
Yes.
past couple months that we've been doing this. So
Yeah, no, it's amazing. It's
Yeah.
very inspiring, and I hope that you guys spread that inspiration onto a lot of kids in town
Yeah.
and inspire them to do bigger, better things than we will ever do.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Heck
it's
yeah.
these kids that are after us that are essentially going to take over.
Yeah.
And yeah, I hope one day my daughter claims this nightclub for herself. I'm not going to force it on her. I mean, it's kind of hard not to say yes to a nightclub. But she's got her own dreams too, and
Yeah.
I try to always make sure that they're valid.
Mhm.
And yeah, keeping this safe and awesome is something we all do together. So I appreciate you guys, really
Yeah.
do.
Thanks, Darcy.